Alrighty everyone, so let's make a basic weight conversion program. And like why I'm wearing the same clothes from like my basic calculator in my week 2 day 11 video? Well, because it is the same day. I just have separate videos because I don't want to clump up one video to like 30-40 minutes. So this is going to be pretty useful, and even like for people who like search individual videos, it's going to be pretty useful. And talking all this, I'm actually kind of thirsty, so hear me drink water. That was off. Yeah, I don't know how to do ASMRs. Okay, so let's get to making a weight conversion program with if and else if statements. Alrighty, so how do we make a weight conversion program? So like our basic calculator, let's think of what all. First thing, always think what all variables can you add. So what all would I need for my weight conversion? I would need a weight. I would want to ask the user for their weight. So I'll make a variable called weight and set it to the input. Input, enter a weight. Okay, and now again, since I said this in my last calculator video, so if you guys feel like this is completely new, because this is my series where I'm going to be going from absolute beginners to advanced programs. Like this is absolute beginners to advanced programs like Python programs. So my basic calculator was extremely beginner friendly. This is one step higher, not two, not beginner friendly, but just a little incy bit higher. Okay, so why do we need, like, since we're working with weights here, since we're working with numbers, our weight is going to be a whole number. It's not going to be a floating point number, because like my weight can be, actually my weight might be a floating point number, but I want it to be a whole number. So I'm going to typecast this to an integer. I could typecast it to a float, to be a decimal. Like my weight could be like 121.6 kilograms or like pounds or like something like that, but I want to keep it pretty simple, so like 121 is fine. Okay, is actually the exact same thing if it's converted to float too. I'll do that also actually. Okay, so first my weight is set to the user input, enter a weight which is typecast to an integer. Okay, so what else do we need? We need something like a unit, right? Like unit could be equal to the input. Okay, to the input, enter a unit of measurement. So guys, always be typos. My mic is kept absolutely far from my keyboard, so like I'm in an awkward position. Okay, so I think that these are the only things we need. We wouldn't need to typecast our unit, because our unit is already a string. So my unit could either be a, let me actually clarify it for them. So it could be pounds or kilograms. Okay, so, and since like we're going with pounds and kilograms, I didn't teach this to you guys yet, but there is a function called dot capitalize. Yeah, I'm learning these right now. Like you guys see the level, like, okay, well, I'm going off board. So like just dot capitalize is a function that's going to capitalize my this thing. So like if I, like if in my user input I type something like lbs for pounds, and if I add an if statement, so like if my unit equals to lbs, means pounds, lbs, this lowercase lbs is not the same as this lbs with a capital, with an uppercase L. So for that you can use the dot capitalize function. There's even one dot lower. This one is going to make my whatever in user input I add here, it's going to turn it into lowercase. And the same thing goes with dot upper. This is going to convert everything here to be an uppercase. So if I were to go here and print my unit, and if I were to run this command, so let me go with 122 and like kgs or like lbs, that's uppercase. If I change to lower, it's gonna be lbs lowercase. If I change this to capitalize and I run the command, let me just go with 122 and like lbs, it's going to be capital L, but then the bs is going to be small. So yeah, that's basically it. And since this is capital and like capital, I just left it like that. And if you guys still didn't watch my series where I'm learning Python for 100 days, and my goal by the end of that series would be to make a game using Python. I haven't reached at the dot capitalized stuff is because yeah, I'm teaching you guys little by little because I need to learn. I need to like master a bit more so I can teach you because I can't be teaching wrong stuff. So yeah, I'm a bit ahead of you guys. So yeah, this is that. And if you guys don't understand this after my series, my that 100 days learning Python series, I'm going to be making an in detailed video on everything that I learned. So be sure that you guys are tuned for that. Alright, so now let's get to adding a bunch of if and else if statements. So, if my, actually I just need to. Okay, so if my unit is equal to LBS, pounds, let's set my result, my RESULT. This could actually be anything for all I want. I could just write this to X. Actually, for my calculator rotated result, let me just write this to something like X to just show that this thing could be anything. My X equals to, now let's add my formula. So there's an easier way. The number is 2.205, okay? So I will do my weight. Let's go with pound. So divided by 2.205. Why is it division and not multiplication? Because the weight is usually a bigger number than, the pounds is usually a bigger number than kgs, right? Like 25 pounds is like, like, for example, 100 pounds, like probably 50 kgs or like 50, no, actually 55 or like 50 pounds, like 122. You guys know what I mean, right? So since it's that, I'm using a division because division gets a big number and makes it smaller. Yeah. Else if my unit equals to kilograms, kgs, X equals to weight, my weight variable, multiplied by 2.205. Why is it multiplied now? Because my kilogram, for example, is going to be a smaller number, right? There's not a scientific stuff. There's just a formula. You guys can memorize it or something. It's just easier for me to know when a division goes and when a multiplication goes. So when we're working with kilograms, I remember it's multiplication because I want to convert my small kilogram, for example, 55, to like a big number like 120. So I wouldn't use division. So I'll be using multiplication. Okay, let's add a else too. So else, my else just print, let's go with my unit. So an f string, f parentheses here, unit is invalid. Pick again. Okay, so my unit is invalid. Pick again. Okay, so let's add a few print statements down here too, using f strings. So print, add a parentheses, f string here, you weigh. Let's go with my x because my x this is the variable. This could actually be anything. I just wrote x, so like you guys know that it could be anything. Like for all I want, I could like change this back to result. Or like total. Let me change it to total because this can be anything. So like make sure you guys change this too. Yeah, so like that could be like anything. So okay, so total, your way is total. And let me copy paste this thing here because I'm like lazy to type. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it. Let's go. Let's see. So apparently I weigh 55 kilograms. Let me go lower. Kgs. I'm 121 pounds. And there's like this 0.275 stuff. You guys could keep all that, but if you guys don't want to keep it, there's a round function. I didn't go through these yet with you guys, but I'll eventually teach this to you. So there's a round stuff. So like you could like round your formula. So just type round, add a parentheses. I'm going quickly through this round stuff, but then I'll go in detail in this round stuff like in my 100 day series. Okay. Now if I were to type 55 kgs, it's going to be 121. But if I wanted to, I could also type something like round with like, let's go with 2. And like go here, round with 2. If I would run this now, 55 kgs, it's going to give me two digits after the decimal point. Although there are format specifiers too, so like :.2f, that could also work, guys. I don't think that I'm advanced or something. I'm a little I'm literally a beginner, okay? This is actually my second week. Like, I've been getting like 3 or 4 hours of sleep these past few days because I've also been working on my Discord server. As soon, like, I'm actually almost completely done with it. In that server, you guys could, it literally has almost everything that you can think of. So I had to make a separate channel for like server wiki to like teach you guys how to use the server. Once I'm done making my onboard, yeah, you guys should actually join it there. Like, talk with others out and ask help because there's like help for like Python and like different coding language. There's gaming, there's modeling, there's anime chat, there's universal conversation. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for this. Let's just test my else too. Let me go with way equals to, let's go with 200. Let's go with chips. I mean, this could be anything. So chips is not valid or chips is invalid. Pick again. I went with kilograms. So let me go with like pounds this time. So 200 pounds is 90.7 kilograms. Maybe I could like add this here. That's gonna make it look much better. Okay, this is all decoration. So like, let me go with 200 pounds is 90.7 kgs and like 90. Where's it gone? 90 kgs is 198.45 pounds. Okay, so that's basically it for the weight conversion program. So if you guys like this video and if it was helpful at all, make sure you guys like, share and subscribe. Like helps with my algorithms. Sharing is like, sure, you can share it, many people can get to know this thing. Subscribe is a cherry on top. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.